Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Monday. It's March the 24th. This will be our chart lesson for today, and pretty good trading day. It's been a downtrend for most of the early part of the morning. It seems like all the best movements in the early morning lately, and that continues today. We went into this little trading range. I just didn't really see anything worth trying to take in here. There are some opportunities, maybe a short here. I probably should have circled this one in green. Um, I think it's a little bit, it's a little bit iffy, but I probably should have circled it in green. Let's just go ahead and make it green, because if you were still trading now, you'd probably be interested. Aggressive traders going to be interested in that trade. It's a double top. Only problem I had with it really is that we already had the break and a new low. But there's always, I guess, the possibility that this is a median line, and you've got another line over here, and so maybe that makes it the first break, and then now you've got your new low in place, hopefully. So, but we're just really having a hard time, getting the buyers interested today. It's mostly just all selling, so that's a possibility. This is the way I'm going to go over it, the way I saw it. The way I traded it though, which was this was the channel and this was your break and your new low. And sometimes this is all the correction you get is about an hour of a trading range or something, and then the downtrend starts again. So we could create a new downtrend here. We'll just have to see what happens. But I would say the correction started um, here, 10, 12. And at this point might have ended here, so 11:40. So definitely more than an hour's worth of correction there. Um, or actually, I take that back. Looking at it, we've really started uh, down again, probably right here. So I would say the correction really started right in here, 10, 12, and probably ended right here, 11 something, right in this little range right here, 11:20. So now we've been kind of working down again and now working back up. But anyway, that's generally what the rules say. Once you get a break of the trend line, you'll get a correction that lasts about an hour. And it doesn't necessarily mean you get a trend reversal. You just get a correction, and that's a correction right there. And then we kind of started working down again. So we'll see what happens. Looks like we're getting back in this little trading range where we continue higher, higher. You just follow the rules and you'll see what happens. So it looks like we've already got a break of that little trend line right there. So we may get a new high and turn down again. But let's go over the trades that I saw and what I saw this morning. When I came in, we had a little bit of a kind of a trading channel, this channel working up. Everything's mostly above the EMA from, say, you know, early middle of the night, early AM hours. Let's just see what time it was then. Since about midnight my time, we tried to get below the EMA a couple times, but it's mostly up. It could be, it does look a little bit like a trading range, but here was your overnight hours right here. We got above that, and here's your overnight lows, and we just went right on through that. So it was pretty obvious once this started that, this didn't really look a whole lot like a trading range. You might have still considered up until just after the open, you might have been thinking a trading range, but because you are finding some support here, and you had the resistance up here where you had the little fell break higher. But follow the rules. There's your channel. Um, right there, you get the break, the move to a new high. The reason I like this one, it's a little bit of a trap. First entry short, pull back, second entry short. It looks like a trap. You tried to go below this point two more times. So I like it for a long. Um, I don't know how I got two blue circles in there. But anyway, and this is a new low right here. So now you got a first entry short, a second entry short. It failed, so I like that one as well. And there is kind of a trend line working up through here. I originally drew mine kind of like off these tops. And so you got a little bit of a channel, but this is the correction phase of this bigger channel, but it doesn't hurt to draw this just to kind of see where prices are at. But I looked at this as a failed second entry short. So take the long right there. And then you get the new high and it starts selling off. It's better off to wait on the second entry, which came right here. Just make this still not real large, so it may be a little easier to see. And prices here went higher first, turned back down. Just go short right there. Easy trade, easy short, and you can ride your runners a good bit, good ways down on this. Once you just kind of go into this, usually what I will do, somebody asked me about this the other day, and generally what I will do on my runners is I will exit at the next logical place, which is when you're either going to touch the low side or the other side of the channel, which is down in here, or when we kind of start to, or the next low support area, which is right in here. So exiting anywhere in here probably wasn't a bad idea. You might have got another point or so out of it, then it corrects, but it gives you a chance to get right back in again. And that's what I prefer to do, but each of us are different. So that's the reason I don't have any written rules on this, because some people want to use the runners to try to get into swing trades longer term, and they try to ride this thing all the way down. But I think the smart move is to always exit and then look for re-entries. But that's because I'm good at finding the entries, and I'm not as good as recognizing, managing my trade as it goes. I just hate to see money in a winning trade turn into a loser. So that's where I struggle. But then you get a little second entry short right here, right off and I just drew this line off the lows right here and drug it up. And I think originally I had it a little lower, but you get the same thing there either way. It doesn't matter. It's a second entry short, nice bearish bar there. It turned back up again and then turned down, so you could have either waited and entered there, getting a second entry off the top, because it just tried to come back. So it just gives you another chance to enter. I liked entering here, but you could have added on here or entered right here. And both of those are nice entries. Everything's below the EMA. Trend line's holding. It matches on the low side so far. And again, runners are nice here. You ride them all the way down and exit where you touch down here. Or exit at the next support area. You can see if you exited here, though, you got out a little bit early. It went right through that fairly easily. And then even on the correction over to the other side, the market's still weak. There was a second entry short right here, but that's not a good one. Notice that we aren't back to the other side or anything. And then you get the failed, if you're counting off the lows, first entry, pull back, second entry, and then you get another little move up. So it's like similar to a trap there when this broke higher. And I like just dropping a stop right there. And it comes back and it gives you a second entry counting off this side right here, and a nice bearish bar again right off that trend line. I mean, this trend line was very obvious. So again, it's very similar to right here. You can add on, or if you didn't enter here, enter right here. This is also like a little breakout pullback short because you got some matching lows there. It breaks lower, turns back up, and turns down. And notice when you hit the other side, nice place to exit, and then you start going up. There was a second entry short here. On my chart, it's not a very good one. Notice that we're trending up. All of these bars have a green bullish tint to them. The signal bar here was a little doji with a green body. That's not a real strong bar, but there's not rejection off that EMA. Notice how these bars, when they touched up here, they got rejected, and we're not really getting rejected here. Prices just turned down and turned back up and trapped people, and then you get this move down. And I like this one because it broke higher and then turned, and this one opened on its high, closed on its very low. I think you can use a stop here. You're looking for a new low. It's probably safer. I went back and forth whether or not to make this one green or not, but I think it's good. I think it's the market's weak enough, and it's coming right off that EMA. I took it without any hesitation, so I kind of liked it. And then of course you get the second entry short here. I didn't like this one as much because this is an inside bar. It's a doji. I thought it was better if you did go short right here. I thought it was better to use a limit order or either just wait and see what happens. And then you get the failed second entry long here. It traps everybody because what it is, we just found strong support right here. And so you got to be real careful on these. And that's another reason, not a lot of room in there before getting to these lows. So wait on that trap. When that trap came in, just take it and boom, off it goes again. They trapped everybody. Everybody thought they picked a low right here like usual. And look how, look, this broke lower and went higher. It's real bullish looking. And it ticks one tick up and then the bottom falls out of it. It took just a minute to get through there. And then it was off to the races again. And that's why you don't pick bottoms. Just, you got to be patient and wait. And this is a good example. You got your break of the trend line, you move to a new low, and then you tried to go into a correction, and you can see market's still kind of undecided. There's just not much buying. You're not finding the buying today. And I didn't like buying here. This is uh, looks too much like a little trading range. So you just kind of wait, and then you get a failed second entry short here. Notice that new low, pull back first entry, pull back second entry, and it's right at the EMA, and so you get just enough to get out of this one. It was real close. And what I liked doing here was when it turned back down, just buy right above that one. You probably use a limit order there, but if you could use a stop, it still worked. Your entry would have been 46.50, and this went to 47.50. Well, if you use a stop, you may not have got out of that when it came back again, but you may not have got out of that one. You just about have to use the limit order there. And the reason you want to think about doing that is because of the how ugly that bar is, and so then you get come back and you get the double top, and like I said, it's kind of this is a bearish market. It broke higher first and turned and closed on its very low. You could have had your stop already sitting there, or you could have waited and put your stop under that one. Either way, it worked. But then it starts to look kind of like a trading range. It was so tight and there wasn't a lot of room in there and overlap, so I didn't really like taking these. There was a failed second entry long here, but this is right at these lows. It's just really dangerous because they may trap you and turn it up. It would have worked, but I just don't think it's worth taking. And then you get a two-legged pullback to this trend line. It's a breakout pullback short with a second entry. So I like that one a little better. And of course, it does work. And that was all I marked for today. I did take a couple of demonstration trades. I was done a little early with my trading. Let's just put those on here. Show you those. We've already talked about them, but I'll just show you where they were. This is that little trap I talked about. Just a quick scalp, and then you get. I didn't take that one right there because I just exited the one I had. And the next one that I really liked the best was right here because it gave you the trap, and so boom, off you go right there. And I think I went back and forth again about making that one green, but I felt like it was just a little bit. You really needed to wait on the second entry, but then when it came, it wasn't a great setup, so I just waited. And you see, by being patient, you get the trap, and then it's an easy trade. And you could have gotten a whole lot more out of both of these than what I actually got. But we're just scalping out, showing that it's just just easy just to scalp right out of those trades. So there's your two demonstration trades for the day. Good day, good trading day. I was done early, really. I meant to have this already done and uploaded by lunchtime, but haven't been gone over the weekend. I had a lot of emails to answer and a lot of different things to take care of around the office. So I was just put this off a little bit. But anyway, glad to be back. I hope you have had a good weekend. I hope your trading day was a good one. We'll come back and do this again tomorrow. Let me just back out again and let you look at this. And you can see it looks like we're still headed higher. But until we get above here and get a solid channel of some kind, and there might be something else here. It may be more like maybe more down here. And as we get more price action, you can try to get another look at this. So there may be something more like that going on. But until we get above here, I'd be real leery about going long into this stuff right here. So just like you got to be leery about going short into all of this right here. So that was pretty much it for today. Not much else you can say about today. It's pretty straightforward, the main part of the trading day here. Easy trades. Each one of them had some nice runners. And that allowed me to get done early and take a couple of demonstration trades there that I showed you. So I'm going to wrap it up and try to finish getting caught up in the office today. And we'll be back to do it tomorrow. But this is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com. And we'll see you next time.